can go ahead and apply it accordingly. And if you are watching at some other time and you came across the video, it may equally apply. I do feel that my readings generally apply more for the sun and the ascendant signs as a horoscope would, but you are welcome to watch if you are a moon sign, Sagittarius or cross watcher. But I do recommend that you check out your sun sign and your ascendant sign. I'm just tweaking the audio a little bit here. We've got, I kind of fixed the mic setup for those of you that were watching the Aries, Leo, Cancer video, so I'm just adjusting that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make some announcements while I wait for you to join me. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I'm Madeline. You can find me at psychicschool.com, and you can click and order a 24-hour question. I'll give you a 5-minute video response. I can often look up most of the synastry between you and a partner if you'd like to know how a relationship is playing out and what the strengths and weaknesses are. I may have to pause for a moment to fix the mic as usual. 1 second. Thank you for your patience. So some of you may be watching on Twitch now, and if you are, I do recommend that you head over to the Rotation 411 Astrology YouTube channel to see all of my other synastry and astrology videos. I am a professional astrologist. Again, I do personal readings at psychicschool.com. I'm Madeline. Today we're going to be using the Gilded Tarot. We're going to be clarifying with the Everyday Witch. We'll be looking into the Lover's Oracle to get into the heart of the matter. And if we need extra clarifiers, we'll be using the traditional deck. I'm just finishing the channel announcements while you join. I do recommend that you head over to the Rotation 411 YouTube channel and like and subscribe if you want to see the big 144 series where I cover all the sun, moon, and rising combinations. And then I have the birthday series over there. We're going to continue. I do celebrity synastry lives, so if you're on Twitch, I'll be live streaming to Twitch as well when we do start doing those again. And let's see, I think that's about it. There is some cool new merch. I made some Rotation 411 and Divine Timing database phone covers, iPhone cases and such, and there's some really cute shirts if you want to represent the channel. And it's just, I love the logo, it's super cute. So that is at rotation411.com. You can find it there and just click on the merch link in the menu. So let's go ahead and get started for you Sagittariuses. And after this morning, we're going to go ahead and look into Cancer again because the audio had been messed up on their video. So go ahead, and we're going to be doing a horseshoe reading today. Let me turn this up just a little bit. I've been playing with the audio lately, so let me know if you can hear me if you're in here. What's the heart of the matter for our single Sagittariuses? This one came flying out. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So if you're in some sort of, situation, some tense, stressful situation, my Saggies, just go to your peaceful place in your mind and know that all you have to do is connect with your happiness, your love, your peace within, and the outer circumstances will begin to represent that. I know that we lose sight of that sometimes when we get caught up in the day to day. So, the horseshoe spread, we're going to go over the past influences from the Gilded Tarot and see what's affecting you. What's currently affecting my single Sagittarius love life. Past influences. I do see the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so some of you could be having some pretty heated text messaging conversations. Now, I do have to say the Hermit, somehow he got mixed up in my Lover's Oracle earlier when I was getting everything organized. Oh, that's probably pretty loud, you guys. So I just broke up with a Virgo, and I have a Virgo moon, so definitely a little bit of my energy there, but some of you could have a Virgo that you're dealing with, or it could be that you, past influences, maybe you're Sagittarius, so you might have at some point kind of shut yourself off from dating or from the world to take some time to do an inventory, an internal inventory. It kind of goes back to the Lover's Oracle card here. So you've been doing a lot of inner work, Sagittarius, and you've got the wisdom now to move forward, and you got the joy and the peace and the light within you. So what is the present issue going on for my single Sagittarius? Sorry, I try to shuffle in the frame so you can all see. See the Ace of Wands down there. Some of you could be just starting something pretty heavy and pretty new. I'm going to try to talk a little bit more over here in the mic. This deck today. One more time for my Saggies before we pull off the top. That's too many right there. One more time while we have our Saggies in here. Okay, we'll go ahead and take from the top. The Eight of Pentacles is the present issue, and I don't generally do this, but because I do in the Celtic cross, we would do one crossing over. Let's go ahead and pull one. The Ace of Swords. So some of you are very heavily invested in something, male or female, and you could either be waiting for a proposal or a higher level of commitment, for your partner to say to you, hey, make it official. That's the Ace of Swords. I do hear a lot of readers reading it slightly different these days, but to me it's a big new beginning, verbal or written contract. So in regards to relationships, it would be like at least a serious offer of, hey, let's make this more serious, or even someone asking you out that you maybe spend a lot of time getting to know. So with that being said, if you are a male Sagittarius, you could be really contemplating asking someone out, or, taking a relationship to a higher level, what your commitment levels are. That could have been what you were being introspective about, Saggies. So what are the future developments in the near future? What's going to arise out of this situation for my Saggies, for my single Saggies, the end of June through the summer of and timeless 2022? Two of Swords. So for some of you, you may have this impulse to make this offer. Not so much of an impulse because you've really been thinking about it. Swords is you've been thinking about it. It's thinking. Mental communication is Swords. So some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But I do feel here that although you've been thinking about this and you want to go all in, what's coming up is like a decision needing to be made. So for those of you male Sagittarius that are putting this offer on the table, maybe don't expect an instant response. Like if it is a proposal, you might want to feel it out before you get the ring, because she might need some time to step back and weigh the pros and cons. That's very much Two of Swords here. Aside from the Lovers, which again is Gemini energy, it's taking inventory, making a decision, kind of being at a crossroads. All of the twos can represent that to some extent. And if you are someone waiting for someone to come in, you've been investing a lot into this, you've gone inside and you've decided that you would say yes to them, just know that they're still in decision mode. So it's going to take a little bit of time. The near future position for me is usually the coming days and weeks. So I don't think that this is going to be decided within the next 2 weeks, but it's definitely something that's being presented to both of you. Now, if you're totally single, you haven't invested in anyone, you're just like, I don't even know who's coming. I've been single for a long time. That could be definitely representative of some of you with the Hermit here, because this is a card of isolation, introspection, the loner, sort of the Hermit, right? So that means that you've been investing a lot into yourself, and you're going to be very discerning, which is very air energy, about any offers coming to you. So even if somebody's asking you out, you might be much more so in the position of, do I even want to get involved? I know for me, just an example, this happened, I don't know, in January. There was a guy that I had met in October, and he had texted me, and I had mistakenly thought that he was somebody else because of the way I saved the names. And so I almost didn't respond to him. And after about a month of dating him and kind of actually getting to know him, I had regretted ever actually even responding to the text. So I was like, man, I was in such a good mood that day when that text came in. And if I had just not responded to it, I wouldn't have had a whole month-long detour. So, you live and you learn, but I do feel like you're very much in this position, Sagittarius, of where you are going to be discerning about any offers that you make or any offers that are offered to you. And the reason I used that story as an example is it can very much change in an instant. One text you looked over or replied to. So that's definitely, your strength right now, but also, you don't want to pass over somebody that might be a good option for you. So that's why I would say, go back to this, close your eyes and recenter. So what is, now I always go into the advice right before I pull the advice card, you guys. So what is the advice for Sagittarius right now? What is the advice for our Saggies? And this one did come off. 6 of Cups. So, this can often be a past lover coming back, a soulmate, a twin flame, someone from a past life. I don't generally subscribe to past lives. But here it could be someone that you've known for a long time. You have a deep friendship, maybe even other ties like children or businesses or something like that. You could work together with the 8 of Pentacles showing up here. But another thing that I'm getting from the 6 of Cups here is you going back to you connecting within. I really feel like that's the theme of this reading for you, Sagittarius. Being coming from as above, so below, as within, so without. It's like if you're really connected to your center right now. And so, I do feel like you've done a lot of inner child work, which I know is kind of sounds cliche to a lot of people, but I do feel like there's been a lot of healing here, and you are coming from a better place. So I think that the 6 of Cups here as advice is telling you to continue to do that, but also to, really assess what it is that you want and need here, when making this decision. So we're going to clarify that, because I feel like there's a little more there to the advice. But let's go ahead and see what the influence of others is in your environment. What are your friends, family, possibly your love interests, friends and family saying? I got the Ace of Cups did fall out here when I was shuffling. There we go. But I'm going to go ahead and put it. So it could be that, the people around you, feel that you deserve love and that you're deserving of it and that you're a loving person. But I'm going to actually pull one for that, because there was a few that fell out. Influence of others. Page of Cups. So yeah, that's kind of right in line with the Ace of Cups. So maybe, but we'll save the Ace of Cups. Maybe it'll come back out later. The Page of Cups, I do feel like the people in your life are very supportive. You have a lot of good, genuine friends, a lot of flirty connections if you're very single. If not, then the advice could be to be more childlike, to get out there and play and connect with the others, because you do have with the Cups energy here, there's a lot of good what's that word, like the soil, there's a lot of good foundation basically for you. It's the soil is fertile for you to really have a love relationship blossom at this time, Sagittarius, especially going into Leo season when the sun is trying yours. And let's see, the environment and the external obstacles. So what's going on in the single Sagittarius is some of you could have a boss, father, authority figure, a King of Swords here that, you really respect their opinion, or they possibly could impose some rules and restrictions on you that affect your love life. Ace of Cups came out again at the bottom of the deck, but go ahead and give us a card for Sagittarius, single, environment, external obstacles. You guys, it was funny when I did Leo's the other day. They were just flying out, but you guys must be that mutable energy. It's just a little all over the place. So, environment, external obstacles for my single Sagittariuses. I'm just pull from the top. 3 of Wands. So for some of you, you could be living at a distance from your love interest. This is why maybe you've isolated yourself, because maybe the person that you want to be with isn't nearby. So you are actually taking this time to, work on yourself, spend time with yourself, enjoy yourself, spend time with friends, the other people. You may only be interacting, in friendship type of relationships at this time, because whoever you want. Now, the 3 of Wands isn't a long it's not somebody who lives in another country necessarily. It could be someone who maybe it's just like you can't see each other every day. You can't live together because you work in different places, but it's like an hour to usually 2 to 4 hour commute by plane or car. So but it's also the card of your ships coming in. So again, the environment for you guys is very conducive to you starting a relationship at this time. If you're single, there's definitely a lot of loving energy coming in for you. So if it's not an actual person, because we haven't seen any actual person yet aside from the Hermit here. So if you are dealing with a Virgo, we do have the Page of Cups as well. So you could be dealing with like a younger, flirty friend, but for the most part, what I'm getting here is you just have a lot of friends around you and you're waiting for that right person to come in, or a specific person to come in that you are in some sort of, if it's not an actual physical distance separation, it could be, you're just waiting for them to possibly come full circle, make this decision, this higher level of commitment, take it from friendship to, proposing something, either side, male, female, and it arriving, that ship, that relationship, So the current long-term outcome in regards to this situation, that was too many. What is the current long-term outcome in regards to my Sagittariuses? Single Sagittariuses. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to talk into the mic. I'm probably moving around. What is the current long-term outcome for single Saggies? One more. Some of you could still be sort of not totally over the past, and that's why you're a little hesitant to jump into something new, because aces are big new beginnings, and we have the Ace of Swords there. 5 of Swords. Yep, that's kind of what I was just getting right now. So you personally have what it takes in you to manifest the right partner, to manifest a new relationship. You have the right social circle. But with the 5 of Swords here, I do, and what I was just saying, the 9 of Swords is still at the bottom of the deck. So with the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, there is some mental conflict in regards to this decision. You could be going over past conversations. Again, Swords is mental energy and communication. So it could also be someone that you want to have a more serious commitment with, but because of arguments and things that have happened in the past, you can't quite trust it. That's why I think it really goes back to the heart of the matter here for you guys a lot. Just going to your peace, your happy place, your center, and everything's going to unfold around it, rather than dwelling on, this is also the recommended action. So rather than dwelling on, oh, well, we had these issues in the past, or, I had all this conflict. It's just, again, the environment is so ripe for you for relationships. So, here's the Hangman. I do feel like you are going a little bit back and forth, Sagittarius, on whether to either propose an offer or accept an offer here. So we're going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers now from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Get a little more insight into what's going on with you. Tell me about the Hermit here in the past influences. Oh, sorry, you guys. Tell me about the Hermit here in the past influences for our single Sagittariuses. Why is the Hermit here? Why is the Hermit here? Strength. So you've got a lot of inner resolve is sort of the theme of the reading, I feel like. And when it comes, so again, you could be dealing with a Leo, a Virgo, a Leo on the Virgo cusp, Virgo with a Leo moon, a Leo with a some sort of variation like that, Virgo with a Leo moon. This is influencing your future. So in the past, you may have felt, Sagittarius you're usually pretty social, like I said, but you could be sort of the lone ranger going out into the world, traveling. So it could be because you've been alone for so long and you're very strong in yourself. There's this in the strength card, she's taming the lion there. So it could be a wild part of you that you feel like maybe you're not quite ready to be totally, totally committed to someone. Or it could be also, that you just feel like you're good on your own, the hermit, but once you get into a relationship, there's this wild beast that you have to deal with, sort of that passion, that fiery energy of Sagittarius that gets stirred up. So you're like trying to keep your resolve and your strength, but, then there's that part of you that really, that fiery, passionate side of you that really wants to jump in. These just kind of slid out. It's a 10 of swords. So some of you could be going through some past heartbreak, not heartbreak, but a defeat in the past, with this swords energy, possibly again with a Leo or a Virgo, that, you're just not quite totally over and you're not totally sure about moving forward with a new person. And if you're totally single, this could be kind of blocking out this new person coming in. Although I do feel like they're coming in regardless with this nice energy that we have over here. So, present issue. Actually, give me one more clarifier for the Hermit and strength, please. I fill this out. Four of Swords. Yeah, you've really been thinking about this. Four of Swords, sort of, the Hermit is Virgo, but it's ruled by Mercury, so it's a lot in line with Gemini. So Swords energy is air, Gemini. This is all you thinking right here. You've really been thinking about this for a long time. Hi, Hancho. I can answer you in a moment, and I can pull a card to see if she moved on. Are you Sagittarius? So let's go ahead and see let's go ahead and pull a card for Hancho about his current situation. He wants to know if she's moved on because they haven't talked in a couple of weeks. The Knight of Pentacles. I don't think that she's moved on. I think that she's waiting for you and she feels like you're going a little bit slow. And you know what? Hancho, if you want a personal reading with me or you want me to look into the astrology between you two so I can really see how, you two interact and how you'll get along, go to psychicsgold.com. The link's below if you're on YouTube. And the link is also for personal readings on Twitch now. And I can look into, how to go about this and, whether she's the one for you or not. Yeah, I can go ahead and I recommend getting a personal reading with me, Hancho, but we can look into it more at the end if we have time. And for those of you that are single and looking for someone, and you're just kind of waiting for those ships to come in, I do recommend, let me go ahead and show you here.